You missed my burp.
I didn't, actually.
You didn't hear it with an effect.
Dude, having a baby is... ready to have the baby already.
Okay. You going to participate in this podcast?
Maybe. If I feel like it. I don't really feel like it. Do you know what that's from?
No.
SpongeBob.
Oh. Yeah, I guess we're both eating still. Sorry, Aaron. Sorry for wasting all your time.
Okay.
You know when you're on your deathbed, we're going to like add up all the time you spent waiting for us. And you're going to be like, oh shit, that was like a year of my life. That all adds up. Like, you know, if you live to be 80 something, you spend like a year, 3 years on the toilet or something. I think so.
You would spend more like 10 years on the toilet.
All right, get the fuck out of here.
By the time you're like
Get
60.
out. Aaron, get her out of here. Get her out of here. Get her out of here. Rough her up on the way out.
Reach out, touch your own personal Jesus. Someone to hear your prayers. Someone who cares. Your own personal Jesus, someone to hear your prayers, someone who's there. Feeling unknown, and you're all alone by the telephone. Lift up the receiver. I'll make you a believer. Take second best, move it to the test. Things on your chest you need to confess, but I will deliver. You know I'll be your forgiver. Reach out, touch faith. Reach out, touch faith. Reach out, touch faith.
Now what are you doing?
You're not doing anything. What are you doing?
Trying to find the thing you could be filling in, you know, when two people host a podcast, when someone's trying to find Michael Richards' racist tirade, the other one could be saying, oh, today, you know, it's hot out there today.
It's hot out there today.
And then
Can I say the thing about the chronic fatigue syndrome?
Yes. Oh, and I started to say that I knew somebody.
Oh, right. Your old girlfriend.
Well, yeah, I mean.
Or first girlfriend, whatever.
Yeah, like high school.
Yeah.
Real mess. Actually, that's not. Well, whatever. She was kind of a handful. Her mom was all fucked up.
Oh. Did she do anal?
I don't think so.
Wait, you don't know if you did it with her? You're just saying in general, did she do it?
I don't know. Probably. She claimed to have chronic fatigue syndrome, and I 100% thought she was full of shit. I was like, you're just like the laziest, most messed up person I know. Like, you're just, you know, looking for attention and also an excuse to not do shit.
Right.
You should say you have that.
Sometimes I think I might, but...
Fibromyalgia is another one.
But they were just saying, I was just listening to the radio, and they said that it has, like, similar... It's, like, the same as MS, almost, like what it does to your body.
Right.
But a friend of ours, and I want to throw him under the bus, was like, oh, there was a documentary about chronic fatigue syndrome. And he was like, and you watch it, and you kind of think, like, yeah, they are really sick. But then another part of you is like, well... Maybe they just, like, are pretending to, like, not be able to go up the stairs. Because, like, there was one girl who was just, like, laying on the stairs. She's like, I can't get up. And you're kind of like...
It's not funny.
Just get up.
It's not funny. If you're out there and you suffer from chronic fatigue syndrome...
So did she really have it, or you think she was just full of shit?
I don't know. I think she was probably... I don't think she had it.
I think before they were saying it was psychological, but now they're saying there is more evidence that it's, like, actually...
It could be, yeah. I mean, I'm not one to... I don't know what people are going through. So maybe fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome are real.
I have chronic fatigue syndrome around like 3 o'clock every day in the afternoon. That's when it hits me.
Should we call a doctor?
Sure.
Should we crank call doctors today?
You know what was funny, Brendan, that we were talking about the other day?
What?
And Aaron, I don't know if you ever experienced this, but do you ever call your doctor's office or like a hospital or something and they're like, if this is an emergency, hang up and dial 911? Do you ever hear that? Mm-hmm. It's like, who is accidentally like calling like
They're
their
like,
doctor's office?
I'm having a heart attack. Hold on. Let me find, okay, I'll Google.
Let me call Ultimate Health Insurance Company. Be like, beep. Oh, shit.
Wait, hang up and call 9, but I'm
already
dead.
I forgot to dial 911.
Yeah, so many dumb things are put in place that are
And
just
then it's always like, listen to our new menu because some options have changed. It's like, no, they have not.
Well, you know what they changed? They made 0 not be the one that gets you a person on the phone.
Right.
It's like now it's 4.
You know what I figured out with like my insurance company is like they'll be like, enter your member ID now. And then if you just push like 000, they're like, I can't read that. Can you put it again? You put 000.
Yeah.
And then they'll say, okay, we're connecting you to someone.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're fucking everything up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I just go operator.
You ever seen that?
Now I'm saying operator.
You ever seen that movie Burn After Reading? You ever seen that, Aaron?
Yeah, it's been a while.
The Coen Brothers one?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, she tries to, I can't remember who, Frances McDormand's trying to call someone, and she goes, agent. I don't know why I always think about that part. Poor Brad Pitt.
That movie didn't really leave an impression on me.
I'm just a good Samaritan. A traveler on the road. That's what he says. He's so cute.
Who?
Brad Pitt. Do you think if I asked him out on a date, he'd say yes?
Should we find out who his management is and ask them?
Mm-hmm. Marley's been saying, I don't know who got her back into this, but like she used to, one time we went to Chuck E. Cheese and there's like a driving game and she sat like behind in like the car and she was like, come on, fucking dudes. Because I cuss when I drive.
Yeah.
I don't anymore after she started saying that. I'm like, oh, geez. And she didn't say it for a long time. And then recently we were at my mom's and she has like that, like a plastic toy car that you sit in and you move with your feet.
Yeah.
And she got in and said, come on, fucking dudes. And then my mom was like, how about you just say pretty flower? Tell mommy to say that or whatever. But now Marley just says fucking dudes all the time.
Yeah.
It's really funny, though. That's the problem. I remember when I nannied the little girl. She must have been like 6 or 7. She's like, I know the worst word you could say. I'm like, what is it? She's like, shit. I was laughing. I was like, it's not really the worst word you could say, but it's like, it's so funny. Shit. Ass. That's like always the first word that you learn in a new language. Like I know how to say bad words in Hungarian.
Lay some on us.
Oh well, this isn't a bad word in Hungarian, but it means wooden spoon. But it's fukanal, because fa means wooden and kanal means spoon.
Okay.
But so me and my brothers would just say fukanal, because then you can say fuck. Even to this day, we think it's so funny. Fukanal. Yeah, I think that's really the only. But that's like the fun stuff to say.
Swear words?
Yeah. I remember my dad showed me The Big Lebowski. I must have been young. And the only thing he bleeped, like that he knew, is the part where he's like outside with Bunny and she's like, I'll suck your cock for $1,000. That's the only thing he ever muted in that whole movie. Mm-hmm. For some reason, I was like, God, I wonder what she's saying. And I'm like, the whole movie is full of swear words and fuck this.
Well,
fuck
but
shit.
sucking cock is like.
Well, yeah,
aggressive.
I know, but I just thought it was funny. I can watch that movie except for that one part.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What is this song?
It's
like
the
a
intro
vampire.
music. Will you? Are you ready to do this?
Okay, so first you tell me talk, 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 and then you say don't talk. Okay.
Well, because, ladies and gentlemen,
today, sit back, lie back in your coffins, because today is the first episode of World Record Podcast presents Finding Dracula. Dracula is the most mysterious and famous vampire ever to walk the earth. Now, Brendan and Amanda are going to do the research and uncover all the facts. And we are going to find Dracula.
hello. Welcome to Finding Dracula. This is Brendan,
And Amanda.
and we are here to talk about the most famous vampire to ever walk the earth,
Dracula.
which is Dracula. And lots of people say that there still are Draculas that walk among us. Did you know that, Amanda?
I did. But not in the daytime, only at night.
Yes. Or if they live in Seattle, I think, right?
Right, they can live in Seattle because it's foggy and it cuts the sun.
Or maybe, you never know. Somebody could be, because there's that show that Mark Brooks is on. Mark
Yeah.
Proksch.
Like Proksch.
I wonder if we can call him. We should get him on here.
He said, I thought he's not supposed to talk to you or be affiliated with this podcast because he'd get in trouble with the Emmys or something.
Yeah. So Dracula was inspired by a nightmare, possibly. And here's a fact that not a lot of people know, is that the nightmare that inspired Dracula was caused by seafood.
I did not know that.
Possibly caused by bad seafood.
So when was this? Like,
Dracula supposedly came from a nightmare, one possibly caused by bad seafood. According to biographer Harry Ludlam, Stoker said he was compelled to pen the tale after dreaming of a vampire king rising from the tomb, following a helping of dressed crab at supper.
but what about, wait, but when did he write that? I mean, I thought Dracula existed before Stoker's Dracula.
Bram Stoker, the guy who wrote Dracula, you think it existed before he
I thought it
wrote the
was like
book
a
Dracula?
I thought it was a folk tale. Like an urban legend. He invented Dracula.
As far as I know.
But then, so he's not the oldest vampire in the world then. If he invented it.
What are you talking about?
I'm confused.
Vampires share a history with Frankenstein. In 1816, on a gloomy day in Lake Geneva, Lord Byron proposed a ghost story contest that led to Mary Shelley writing Frankenstein. It was also the birth of the vampire by John Polidori, his first ever vampire story written in English. Polidori was Byron's personal physician, and he may have based his aristocratic bloodsucker on his patient, which would make Lord Byron the basis for the bulk of vampire depictions that followed. You're not even paying attention.
Well, now I'm... Okay.
Okay, so where do we start our search?
I mean, I guess we have to talk to Bram Stoker. Is he around? Could talk to Gary Oldman. Wasn't he in that
Okay.
Dracula movie? Or Winona? ever watch that Pinocchio? What's the live action Pinocchio? Who's that guy?
Drew Carey.
No.
Drew Carey's in a movie called Geppetto.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. And it's like, he's like embarrassed by it. I bought a copy of the DVD
What?
and asked him to autograph it. He was like, get that the fuck away from me. I think I got the poster. Did I send him a poster for it?
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's like a musical ABC, because he's, like an ABC guy. He's also a big Disney guy. And, starred in this musical called Geppetto. Maybe we could call him.
Wait, but I'm thinking of, do you know what I'm talking about, Aaron? The Pinocchio? It's like some like Italian guy did it. And it's like really bad.
Oh, it's probably Roberto Benigni.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Life is Beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know why I just thought of that creepy Pinocchio. I don't like Pinocchio. I don't think I've ever even seen it. Is Pinocchio a Dracula, Brendan?
Is Pinocchio Dracula? I don't know.
It doesn't seem like he ever grows up. And that's something Draculas don't do.
He is undead.
That's true. What are you smiling about?
I'm texting Drew Carey to see if we can call him about the Geppetto movie. He's probably just going to reply like, fuck you. Let's see if we can find some clips.
I've never even heard of that.
It was a
old?
made-for-TV...
About Geppetto.
Yep.
He looks like Geppetto. Now he looks like Geppetto.
Drew?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean? That's more insulting.
He has glasses and he has white hair. What do you mean?
He always
Geppetto's
had
not
glasses.
ugly.
He always had glasses
What's
and
wrong
white
with
hair.
Geppetto? There's nothing wrong with Geppetto. He's a silver fox.
So you would have sex with Geppetto?
I would have sex with Geppetto, yeah.
Dude, the whole movie's on YouTube.
Not so very
Wait,
long
let me see.
ago,
Turn it to me.
There was a little wooden puppet named Pinocchio. But alas, this is not his story. This is the story of that important but overlooked character, Geppetto. That's me, Pinocchio's dad. Aren't there things you ever wondered about me? Like, for instance, how on earth did I wind up inside of a whale?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. It all began
It's
in the small
cute.
town of
Yes,
Pelagio.
I'm saying if you
On the
want to
morning I
watch
finished making my
Geppetto
new toys
2000,
this season.
Dude, we
full
have to
movie's
show
on
Marley
YouTube.
that.
Okay.
Wait, let me see it.
She'll
One
be
more
like,
time.
Uncle Drew. Well, what do you want to keep saying? It's
Slow
just,
down, I don't want you to get hurt. Did you
Come on, Fee, let's go. Antonio, come see.
Why is he so embarrassed by it? It's bad.
because it's bad.
It's cute.
I'm sorry, but this one isn't for sale.
But I want
Let's find one of his songs.
Start.
He probably
Stop, he sings?
It's a musical.
Oh my god.
Especially when they're mine. Oh, children.
Everything you see here is satisfaction guaranteed.
Doesn't seem like he sings.
Oh, that might have been it.
That was.
None of them will ever be mine.
He has a nice voice.
Look, that girl
He probably took voice lessons and stuff. I mean, Drew's like takes everything really seriously. Like when he was on Dancing with the Stars, we were touring and he, like every town we went to would like find a dance studio. I think his dance partner was touring with, the Dancing with the Stars people were touring with us. Some weird lady.
Did you have sex with her?
Yes. So I have an idea. We could call realtors and say, maybe we call a construction company.
Okay.
Get off your phone. Don't look at your phone.
You're on your phone constantly.
Not during the podcast.
Yes,
What is
you are.
listen?
You were just texting.
I'm texting for the podcast. I'm going to, if, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to this, if I ever murder Amanda, I need all of you as my character witnesses
To say that I deserved it or what?
to say you understand and that they
Okay,
should
but that
show me
doesn't.
mercy.
No.
And just do time served for whatever time they give me at the beginning when they originally locked me up. Time served. So we call a realtor or a construction company and I say that I think we talked about this with Doug Pound, that I'm a homeless guy who just won the lottery and I want to build a big house out of cardboard boxes. All right, that dead look in your eye. You know what? I need a new co-host. I'm putting a call out.
Okay, Brendan, you just said that
For
if you murder me,
it's justified.
you should exactly. So what am I supposed
Aaron
to be?
agrees with me.
So will you tell me an idea for a prank phone call? I'm like, oh my, that sounds awesome. Please don't kill me. Is that what you want me to do?
No.
Exactly. Can't believe it. You think people would come to your defense? What would they say?
They would say, I've heard hours and hours of the hell Amanda puts Brendan through. Mm-hmm. She's disrespectful. She disrespects the podcast. She's on her phone. She's eating.
Oh, give me a break.
She's not paying attention. She's daydreaming. All this, none of this is usable yet.
None of the Geppetto stuff?
None of it.
Dracula stuff was good.
Dude, we forgot about Dracula.
God
We'll go back.
damn
We'll
it.
get back to it. First, we should probably travel to Transylvania, because that's where he's from.
Yeah.
That's basically like Hungary.
Thank you for calling. Can I help you?
Oh, I think this is a recording. Is this a recording?
Press 1.
Oh, press
How can
1.
we help you?
Oh, she hung up.
That's funny. Wait, did you call
Thank you for calling. Please hold.
Okay.
I can't.
Thank you for holding.
We
How may I
should
help
do
you?
something with that hold music. Hey, this is Brendan. I'm here with Amanda.
Hello.
Hi.
And we're doing, we have a couple questions. You guys do injuries?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any kind of we have like a unique situation where Amanda was bit by a Dracula.
She was bit by what? Oh, what?
A Dracula?
What is that?
A Dracula, run of the mill kind of.
Ancient.
Yeah, he's like an ancient vampire guy.
Oh. Okay.
And we're just wondering, we'd like to make
Sue
some
him.
money out of this if we can.
Yeah, there would be nothing that we could do
Why?
because it's a fictional character she was bit by. I don't know who you would.
Okay, do you want to
But
see
he
the
bit
mark on her
me.
neck? Yeah.
He bit me and he said his name was Dracula, so I don't know what else to do. But it left a scar, and I've got 2 little dots on my neck. And I want to sue.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't know where to direct you to for that.
And she's a model, and she started growing a mustache after she got bit by the Dracula. So that's also lost wages
That's wonderful.
and pain and suffering.
Do you guys just have nothing to do right now and are just calling law firms or?
No, we're very busy.
Yeah, we're actually very busy, and
Yeah, you guys sound like 2 grown adults. This is a little.
I'm a grown-ass man.
Yeah, you sound like it.
I am. And, this
He may
is...
sound like it, but he sure doesn't act like it, I'll tell you that much.
What's that supposed to mean?
Okay.
Well, yeah.
All right. Well,
he
yeah.
acts like a
Unfortunately,
teenager.
there's nothing we can do for you. Thank you.
So you don't help against Draculas? Should we just keep harassing her? Old school style?
Nah.
Nah. Maybe we could just play the whole movie of Geppetto.
No, but I want it really bad. Please. Please.
Dude, we got to watch this when we get home. I have the DVD.
That's so... I never knew this.
Yep. He's not texting me back. Nobody's texting me back. I get no respect.
Well, I mean, you can't expect someone to text you back immediately.
Yes, I can. You know why? Because everybody's on their phone
Not
all the
necessarily.
time.
He reads the newspaper a lot.
That's true. He might be jacking off.
Oh, this guy wants to jack off.
Who else can we call?
I thought you were going to call real estate.
I don't know. You took
The firm injury attorney. We didn't even ask it what happened to. I bet they get that all the time.
I have to delete all of this.
Oh. Well, then why did you call that place?
Because it's an easy number to remember.
You know, you need to do some, I don't know, deep breathing exercises.
Oh, deep wreathing exercises? So make wreaths, like Christmas wreaths?
Yeah.
Deep wreathing. That's what you said.
You could make like a fall one where it's like straw and like a pumpkin on it. It's technically fall, I think. Is it?
September. That's when fall starts.
Oh. Dude, you know it's going to be hot as hell all the way until
I know. It's hot
middle
as
of
hell.
October.
Okay, how about we call a bathing suit store to get a giant bathing suit for Big Nancy?
Got it.
What was that?
You got it.
We could get on Urkel's house, too.
Do I sound like Darth Vader?
Can I help you?
Yeah, hi. I'm going to put my wife on the phone. We wanted to, I wanted to get, do you do any like kind of like bikinis that are, you know, that like are rose petals?
I'm not sure.
Well, I'll put her on the phone. And do you do any custom kind of bikini designs or anything?
No, we import all of our inventory from Europe, so we don't make anything. It's just we sell bras from Europe.
From the country of Europe?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put my wife on the phone because she has like, I'll just put, Nancy?
Yeah.
Can you talk to this lady about
Yeah.
what size you need?
Hi.
Hi.
So my name is Nancy, and I'm looking for like a big. Wait, do you only sell bras or you sell bathing suits too?
We primarily sell bras, but we also have some bra-sized swimsuits.
Okay, great. So I'm about 7 feet tall, and I weigh about like 250 on a good day. I was wondering if you have like a bra size that's like large. Like, what's the largest size you have?
Let me check. I know with one pieces, we go up to a 44.
That's European size.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then two pieces, we only go up to a 40.
Okay. I think maybe the one piece would be good. 44.
When you say 44, what's that? How does that work?
So that's around the band.
So
Like on a bra, that's the sizing of the rib cage.
44 inches?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well,
Well,
fuck.
yeah, no.
I'm like 64.
Yeah, shit.
Fuck.
Oh, let me see. There might be some other places that I could recommend you. Do you have an email? Because then I can send you the links to specific.
What kind of bottoms do you have? Do you have like big bottoms that might be with extra space in the front?
We carry it up to, I think it's like a 5L, but it's
okay.
They're
But that
very
might work, well, 'cause-
limited selection
Right.
So
in the
there's
5L.
there's space in the front?
Like, you know, it kind of looks the same in the front and the back because I have a big bush. And I just would need like a lot of fabric in the front to cover it up.
I don't really know. It's just kind of like regular panties.
Fuck. Well, you know what? Maybe I could just put it backwards so that the front part
Maybe,
goes
I
in
mean-
my ass crack and then the
Yeah, it ended up
Back
being
part
more
can
like
cover
a
the
thong
bush.
that way, but
right. That might work.
yeah. What's your email, and then I can send you some other places that might have more options for you.
You know my email?
Big Nancy
Big Nancy
at Yahoo.
at yahoo.com.
What was the first part?
Big Nancy.
Nancy, like Nancy?
Yeah, with an I. Nanci.
Big Nancy at Yahoo. So there are bathing suits that, what would the waist sizes be on the big bush bottoms?
I'm not entirely sure because all of our panties run size-wise differently.
Well, it should work though because in Europe they don't really shave.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like right.
And is there any, like, what's the stain resistance on for, like, dookie stains or whatever?
I mean, they're just basically normal panties, so it's
And-
going to be nothing extra special about them.
So there's no Scotch guarding or anything? Because I hear that can cause yeast infections.
No,
Right, if I
they
were to
all
put-
have they all have the cotton gusset,
Oh,
which
cotton's
isn't
good.
a traditional panty.
Because Nancy one time, tell her about, remember that pair of panties you got that kind of goes up your ass? Mm-hmm. And then you got an infection
Yeah.
in your ass.
I got an infection. Well, yeah, I got it in my ass. Up in the
Yeah,
hole.
probably
I think there was some sort
the
of like
breathability of it.
exactly. And it got really bad. I mean, it got to a point where they had to surgically remove the underwear from my ass because
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
my skin was just fusing with it.
It fused with it because of a bacteria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a flesh-eating virus or something, but it was opposite.
I guess it was from the feces that I just couldn't get out.
Yeah, I don't have anything that would end up helping with that, so.
Okay.
Well, she's okay now.
I'm fine now.
Her hole's a
good.
little messed up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll
I just
send
gotta
you
spread it when I go
info.
number 2. Okay.
And then you can kind of go from there. But yeah, I don't have anything here that would end up
That's-
being what you're looking for.
Okay. Do you have any
I'll
that
send
are?
you
Do you have like any underwear that are like yellow, like the colors are yellow in the front and brown in the back? Because then that would probably take care of any kind of staining
No.
problems.
No, we don't.
Now, is that a product that you'd be interested in? Because that's an idea I've had for a while, unstainable underwear, where it's just yellow in the front
Well,
and brown in the back.
I mean, if you can make it, you can always send us an email, but it's nothing that I can say, yes, we're interested in, or no, we're not interested in. So it's not my position.
Where would I get that made? Like China? Is that basically where?
Well, they get theirs from Europe, so you'd have to have it made in like Italy or something.
Well, what time is it in Europe right now?
Probably like 6 o'clock or something.
Do you know what time it is in Europe, ma'am?
Nope.
Okay. And has anybody ever had any problems with Fiki with the underwear?
I don't have any info, so I'm going to send you the info that I have through email, and I have to go. So
Okay, I'm just hoping that my underwear, I can take it off and it's fecky free. I don't got any of
Yeah.
the stain in the back.
Or anything
have
in
to
the
go,
bush, too?
but-
Because tell her about your bush.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I couldn't.
We should have been better prepared.
Well, the voice is funny, and then I think Fiki makes me laugh. What'd he
Yeah.
say? What'd Geppetto say?
He said sure.
Pull strings like Geppetto. That's in a Pusha T song.
Pull the strings like Geppetto.
The numbers on the board. That cool song.
Oh, I
Behind
like
the
that
scenes,
song.
Pull strings like Geppetto, I think is what he says. Yeah, Pusha T's cool. He's kind of spooky. He's kind of scary. Like, you know how some rappers will be like, you know, I'm a drug dealer too, but you're like, I don't think you really are, but Pusha T's like, ooh.
You really think he's a drug dealer?
Yeah, he probably was. He's just got like this edge about him. Behind the scenes, pull strings like. Baller, now put numbers on the board. There we go.
Is that good in-depth interview music?
Yeah.
Okay, let me cue it up. Oh. Okay. The Fiki. The Fiki. I think you Fiki and I like you a lot. I smell your Fiki and I like you a lot. I smell your Fiki and I like you a lot. I smell your Fiki and I like you a lot.
Dude, that looks like a gun case.
Yep. It is. Aaron's packing heat all the time.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice.
I know. Whatever. This fucking podcast sucks shit.
Dude, I don't know. Call Google. Be like, what's going on?
Okay.
Whatever happened to poor Ask Jeeves?
He's still around, isn't he? Aaron?
Maybe.
You know,
Poor
Jeeves is
Jeeves.
Aaron's cousin.
No way.
Yep.
I remember in middle school, we'd go to the computer lab and they'd be like, okay, you can use Google or Ask Jeeves. They were like almost at the same level. Not anymore. Dude, what if I get spider powers?
Well, that's what happens to Spider-Man.
Well, look, that's a spider bite. It looks like one of those, you know how girls have piercings like in their skin? Like,
Yeah.
just in the middle of their skin. That's what it looks like.
Get like a ball bearing put under your skin.
Yeah, cool.
And help you.
Yeah, hey, this is the antique store. You're
This is an antique store, yes.
okay, great. I'm here with Miss Amanda. She's the she teaches a 3rd grade class.
Hello.
Hi.
And we're doing, because you know the schools are not, you know, they're doing, the schools aren't open right now.
Right.
So we've been doing remote teaching. I'm the principal, by the way, sorry.
Okay.
And so we decided to, but there's nothing against, there's no rules against field trips. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah, so we were going to take a field trip to your antique store with a bunch of mostly 7-year-old kids.
Great. Hey, that is fine with me as long as they have masks on.
Okay.
And as long as you are taking responsibility if they break anything.
Oh, well, that's what we were calling to see if, hold on a second. I'm getting another call. Hello.
Hey, man.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Drew Carey on the podcast. Say hello to Mr. Carey.
Hello, Mr.
Amanda.
Carey.
Hi, how are you? Call me Drew. I'm sorry I missed your call. I might do enough to serve on my phone.
That's fine.
So,
That's
called
quite
you
all
back.
right. You called me right back. Professional. This guy's a true pro. I don't know. And if anybody listening out there, Drew Carey is a pro. So if you need anybody for hosting work, comedy work,
He's professional.
very
He's on
professional.
time.
He's prompt. He's on time.
I show up on time.
He's always the first one on set and always the last one to leave, which is that's usually a problem because he'll stay on set like way after.
Everybody wants to go home, but has to wait for him.
Yeah, the security guard has to wait to lock up. Well, how you doing, Drew?
Great, man. Thanks. How are you?
We're doing okay. You know, we're doing our little podcast here, and we were talking about, well, I don't know how we got on the subject, but Amanda didn't know about the great film Geppetto from 2000.
Oh, that's fine with me.
And it's celebrating today. I mean, well, I think, you know, this is from.
I think the less people that know about it, the better.
Well, well, not if I have anything to do with it.
Hundreds of thousands of people are going to know about it now after they listen to this.
Well, hundreds of thousands?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have a huge.
Over the course of a decade,
audience.
probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to take a while.
They'll probably reach those
I think you might get more listeners if this was an old-fashioned party line.
Oh, that's true. We should get some. We should try that. We'll try that.
I don't even know if they're available anymore, but those used to be a thing. You would share your phone number with, a bunch of different people. They call it a party line, but you like there'd be 6 people, and sometimes you pick up the phone. One of my relatives had one. You pick up a phone, somebody be in a conversation, and you have to go, "Oh, sorry," and hang up.
Oh yeah.
What, you just call it to talk to people?
No, it was a way to share a phone line and not have a big phone bill. So you'd share the phone line with four households.
Wow.
And you didn't know them, and it was called a party line.
That's crazy.
And that way you could split the bill like 4 ways or however many people they would let be on the party line. The only problem was that the phone would ring and you'd answer and they go, "Oh, I'm calling for Denise." And so, "Sorry, Denise isn't here. You have to call back again and hope Denise answered."
Oh
right.
It seems like a lot of problems.
So yeah, that's such a crazy.
But it's a money saver. Phones were expensive back then.
So when somebody let's say I'm trying to call Denise, it would ring at Denise's house and 3 other people's houses?
Yeah, I believe so. I was a child when party lines were going on, but I remember distinctly one of my relatives had when people making jokes about them and sketches and stuff about, miscommunication on the party line, and that's how the whole plot got started.
Wow, I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, we could do a party line.
Well, we were going to. So this is in-depth interview with Drew Carey. You may know him from the Geppetto movie, which celebrated its 20th anniversary this year.
Really?
Geppetto, the Geppetto movie premiered on May 7th in the year 2000. Pre 9/11.
Wow.
Back when they were making good movies.
Yeah.
And I found that the entire movie, if anybody wants to enjoy the Geppetto movie, the entire movie is available on YouTube.
Once upon a time, not so very long ago,
the opening scene.
There was a little wooden puppet.
It's a pretty big all-star cast, man.
But alas,
Yeah.
It's got Usher, Julia Louis-Dreyfus is in it, all kinds of people.
Yeah, let's go through the cast. Yeah, this is a 20-year celebration of Brent Spiner.
The cast was great. I had a great time working with him and everybody, honestly. Like, it was a really great filming set environment. Like, everybody was really nice and professional and hardworking, and, can't say enough good things. The director was great. It was a good experience making it.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
I mean, it's a big Disney, it's like it was made for ABC, right?
Yeah, it was a TV movie.
But there's a Disney, it's a Disney movie.
Yeah, I'll take the blame for the whole thing not being as good as it should have been. It was all on me.
No.
I know that you're down on it, but it's not. I mean, I don't see you're not bad in it. I'm sure what did you do to prepare?
Wayne Brady was in it.
I know. I have the list. Here's the starring Drew Carey as Geppetto, Julia Louis-Dreyfus as the fairy witch, I guess, or the fairy with
like the fairy
turquoise hair. Seth Adkins was Pinocchio.
He was a cool kid.
Brent Spiner, who was he's from Star Trek. He played Data.
Yep.
Okay.
And he played Mangia Fuoco. Usher was the Pleasure Island ringmaster. Ooh.
He was great.
Usher?
Yeah.
Did you go out?
Fantastic.
Did you hang out with Usher at all? That was like at the height of his popularity.
I just met people just on the set. We didn't hang out after. I mean, it was pretty hardworking, long days,
Right.
So it wasn't like people partied after or anything like that. Just met on the set and that was it.
Wayne Brady was the magician. This guy, you won't recognize his name, most of you, but definitely recognize his face. Rene Auberjonois.
Close enough. He was amazing.
Yeah, Professor.
Another guy, one of those guys, total pro.
Yeah,
super nice person. Great to be around.
Character actor. You've seen him in a million things.
Yeah, a million things. You recognize his face right away.
Anna Gasteyer from Saturday Night Live fame.
Yeah.
Anthony Crivello.
That a lot of people.
Yeah, Melissa Bailey, Josh Zuckerman. Now we're getting down to the people whose names you won't recognize.
Yeah, I think we got the gist. It was pretty star-studded.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'll dictate the pace.
I remember I was doing Who's Line when it came out, and the first taping we had after it came out, everybody on the cast was taking these pot shots at me for being in Geppetto and like really hammering me pretty hard on it. It was pretty funny. And then I reminded them that Wayne Brady was also in Geppetto. So that kind of shut him up.
Yeah. They're just jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just jealous.
Well, was it not successful?
Well, it got really, really terrible reviews. Like the worst. That's probably the worst reviewed thing I've ever been in.
Ooh.
They just hammered me left and right. It was like the worst reviews I've ever read about myself.
Oh.
God.
And yeah.
Well, you recovered.
I'll tell you what. You didn't see any more movies starring Drew Carey after that.
A musical too. I mean, that was pretty bold for your first. Well, you know what? That's not true because I just watched Jack and Jill recently, and you're in that.
I had
movie.
a minor part in that.
Oh my God.
He plays Drew Carey because Adam Sandler. That's the movie, and this is a great movie. And I'm not even.
Heard that
Jack
it's
and
really
Jill?
funny.
Jack and Jill is great. It is so.
I haven't heard one good thing about Jack and Jill.
Well, it depends on what kind of mindset you're going in.
Nothing against Adam Sandler because I really like Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And he was like when he does a serious part, like
Uncut Gems.
Yeah, that was like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And but he's got to make money, so you put out a movie like Jack and Jill, you make some dough, hope for the best.
Well,
and the Price is Right. Well, I didn't. The Price is Right wanted to do it because they were like, well, we get a chance to mention the show in a movie. I'm like, all right, whatever. Yeah. Like I didn't care.
Well, and also it's like this is all him. I mean, he had complete control. It's not like he wound up in some weird movie. And I got to say, I mean, financially it did well. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Depending on the mindset,
the guy's he's got to make a buck, and he likes making these kind of broad comedies silly, and whatever.
Yeah. If you're going into it with the mindset of with any kind of critical mindset, then just don't even bother because it's basically a movie made for 10-year-old boys.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious. I mean, just everything about it is funny because it's Adam Sandler. He's like he's his own twin. He looks insane dressed as a woman. And he talks like this, like everything about it is insane. And here's another, and actually, Al Pacino has a very big part in this movie. Al Pacino's in 70% of the movie.
Wow, it's like honestly, Adam Sandler movies are like old. Now they're like Jerry Lewis movies.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's some good Jerry Lewis movies, but then there's also gives a shit. Jerry Lewis movies.
Yeah.
But he was just pumping them out. They gave him his own studio, Jerry Lewis.
Yeah.
They gave him his own, pretty much his own studio and never gave him a note. Let him do whatever he wanted and he directed him and thought of the craziest things. And what if I do this? What if I do that? Just out of, keep himself from being bored. And he did a lot of really good, innovative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, he was just pumping out a Jerry Lewis movie every summer.
Well, that's all you need to do.
Contractually and just for the money. He made a ton of money.
Yeah. Well, and when you're a guy like that where people are like, I just want to see that. I think that guy's funny and anything he does is funny. So I'll.
Yeah, Adam Sandler's no dummy. He'll put out a comedy and it'll be like, he knows his comedy that people want to have that kind of stuff in a Adam Sandler movie. And he's really smart about it.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a super nice guy. Always had great interactions with him.
And oddly enough, isn't the director of Price is Right named Adam Sandler?
Yes.
It really is.
I know. I see it after every show.
His name is Adam. His real name is Adam Sandler.
And was he the director when you shot the Jack and Jill?
Yeah.
Very
it was
funny.
really funny because he said his life was just fine until junior high when Adam Sandler got famous, and then he was like, Jesus Christ, I got to see this guy's on Saturday Night Live.
It really is the worst. Like people are attached. People are attached to their names, but I would have, as soon as that Beverly Hills 90210 show came out, I should have changed my name, especially for show business, because there's one of the main characters is Brandon Walsh, and still people, can't get Brendan right.
People still call you Brandon.
Oh God!
Can I tell you a funny story about the Jack and Jill taping? So they came to the set.
No. We don't want to hear a funny story.
No, wait.
I'm just kidding.
In the show, Jill goes on The Price is Right. There's a bunch of prizes. And so Adam Sandler's on the show in a dress. And there's a scene where Jill character spins the wheel and gets knocked out by the handles on the wheel. And the whole time they're filming it, I'm thinking to myself, like, man, this is so stupid because nobody ever, like, you would have to be a complete moron to get your head stuck and like jammed in the wheels and get hit by one of those handles. Like, it just doesn't happen. It's never happened. I'd never seen it. All these years, never heard of it. And he's making up this thing that would happen on the wheel. And I'm like, this is so fucking out there and ridiculous. And it's like so broad, but whatever. Went along with it. And then honestly, like a month later, on The Price is Right, somebody hit their head on the wheel. And I was like, well, there you go.
Wow. Because
I've seen everything.
I remember, like, I know the scene, and I always thought that it seemed very fishy. Like, where I'm like, that's a little, I mean, you're already suspending your disbelief. But I'm like, I don't really get how he knocked himself out, but it's still funny. And
it's like this insane thing that would never happen, but it happens. And then I was like, well, that never happened. I don't know how they would even think about that. And then sure enough, like really like just soon after, like it had to be only a month or something. I'm bad at keeping track of TV time.
Yeah.
But then somebody actually hit their head on the wheel and we were like, oh my God, are you okay? Like we had to stop and ask if they were okay.
Oh my God. Was it a lady?
Yeah.
Or was it? It could have been a man dressed as a woman.
That would have been crazy.
That would be crazy if it was another guy dressed as a lady.
You can be who you want to be on The Price is Right. We support everybody.
Is there so when she knocked her, was she hurt or anything? Or
no, she didn't get knocked. She just hit her head and got a little like ouch moment.
Yeah,
Is
that online?
She was okay, but
did it air?
Know. Yeah.
How did she hit her head? Like she just leaned into it?
She just leaned in. Like when people pull really hard, they lean down and she's just got caught off balance. The wheel's a lot heavier than people think it is. And, if your upper body is especially weak, in trouble.
Maybe you can't answer this, but is it better to spin the wheel really fast or just like regular speed? Because some guys go on there and they spin it like
every time there's an army guy on there.
It's like for spinning the wheel, because of the weight of it and everything, if you were going to make a judgment of the speed, you would have to know a little bit about the weight and the heft of the wheel and things like that, which people have no clue about when they walk up to it.
Right.
So without that knowledge, you don't have enough information to decide whether to try for just like one spin around only or just to give it a really hard spin. But I can tell you that if I was spinning the wheel and I was first, I would keep going till I got 65 or better. So sometimes people go first and they get a 55 or a 60.
And they stop.
And that's tough. Well, they're considering it, and in my head, I'm like, you got to spin. I can't tell them that. But if I had a 55 or even a 60, I would spin again because people typically win on like 80, 85. You know what I mean?
Right.
So a 60 isn't enough to win. And it's almost like it's a really bad first spin because it's like getting a 16 in blackjack against the dealer's 7.
Right.
So you have to take a hit, even though like shit, I'm going to bust my hand probably. But in the long run, you're better off taking the hit, even though you're probably going to bust your hand. So when you get that 55 or 60 or even a 50 on your first spin, you're like, oh my God, you have not much room for error.
Right.
And you still have to keep going to get over 65. So it really is like having a 15 or 16 on blackjack when the dealer only has a 7 or 8. When you're just like, fuck, I got to hit this now.
Right, because if he hits it,
so that's
probably get higher than that.
Yeah, that's the only strategy on the wheel that I can think of. Other than that, I do notice that people that are first, if it's like somebody that have a really strong upper body, like Barbara, our friend Barbara.
Yeah.
Very cute kid.
She was on The Price is Right when she was 18, and she spun $1 on the wheel. And she said it was because she wasn't very strong, and when she spun it, it only ran around the one time exactly, and it landed on the $1.
Oh, that's so funny. I didn't know she was on it.
You know, Al
when she was
Madrigal's
18
wife
years
was on
old.
it,
Yeah,
too.
Really?
she spun $1 on the wheel and she won a tiki bar.
Oh, wow.
And she lost the person she was going up against won a double showcase, so she didn't win the showcase round.
What do you have to be for the double showcase? What is it, $250?
Within $250, yeah.
That's so tough. They should make it a little higher.
It is. Nope.
Hey, they had a documentary on the guy who, like, had been on.
No, I haven't watched it. I was there.
Did they ask you to be in it or to like interview for it? Oh,
no, not that I know of.
Would you have done it?
No.
Oh. Well, did that piss you off or?
Oh, the documentary?
No, the guy that that he like
at first, yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. I think it's in the documentary that when the guy because he bids exactly, doesn't he get it exactly right on the showcase?
Yeah. Yeah, he got the answer from a guy in the audience.
And you just kind of like...
I don't know if that's in the documentary, but somebody in the audience gave him the answer. It wasn't his idea.
Right. There's the guy who knows
we looked
everything.
at all the tapes of everybody in the audience. We found the guy that did it.
Yeah.
And we know who it was that was giving out the answer. It was just somebody who
he went to every show.
We barely watched every show. So we barely changed prizes and items. We would use the same couch over and over again, the same TV over and over, the same car with the same options over and over again, the same soup. It was always Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, no other soup.
Huh.
And he just
if you were playing a grocery game and they had Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, you win that game if you just watch the show regularly, because it was $1.29, then $1.31, then $1.33. That was my first year. Like the prices just changed like that. We used like the national average, and it's the manufacturer's suggested retail price, and so it's not. Now we change the prices so often you can't even keep track.
Yeah.
But before, it would not be that tough to see that we use the same grill over and over again, the same furniture, and just clock the price in your head. And then be able to add it all up, and it was a feat, but it wasn't that hard to be able to memorize a bunch of common prizes and be lucky enough to have them all come up in a showcase and yell them out. And the guy had already paid attention to him. He got a perfect one bid, so he got $500, and then he played his game in door 2, which is the farthest door away in the middle. And with all the cameras in the way, he couldn't see the guy to get the right answer, so he lost his pricing game. Then he won on the wheel, got lucky on the wheel. Then he went to the showcase, and he was able to see the guy because the guy was right in one of the front rows in the middle. So he was able to see the guy and get the exact answer for his exact bid.
So did he get the showcase?
He got all the prizes. You're allowed to yell out in the audience.
Right.
And, if somebody knows. We had a guy once who won a Chevy Tahoe playing One Away. This game called One Away, where each number is one away from the exact one. And usually people get like 4 right or 3 or something like that. Then they have to change 2 or 1 or something like that. And this guy got them all right the first round, which hardly ever happens. And he won his white Chevy Tahoe, and he's all celebrating. And I go, how'd you get when we went to commercial break, I said, that was pretty amazing. How'd you get all those numbers all at once? Because that never happens. He goes, I got them from my friend. And he pointed it up in the audience. It was the audience that sits over on Georgia's side.
Uh-huh.
And his friend stood up, and I said, that's pretty amazing. I go, what do you do for a living? And he goes, I'm a Chevy salesman.
Oh, my God.
So he knew the price, the options, because we say it's like this option, that option, and the guy was just like in his head, he knew everything.
That's so funny.
And he yelled it. So there's nothing wrong with somebody in the audience knowing the prices. So I don't fault the person that yelled it out. I don't fault the guy that won at all.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the game. People are always yelling out stuff in the audience on every bid.
Right.
And, trying to help everybody out. Our job is to make it less easy. So they used to change, honestly, it used to be like 6 new prizes a week, and that was it. So you could really keep track Because you see the same stuff, grocery item, like the same soup, same a lot of things.
Yeah.
And now everything's changed so much. And if we do reuse something, we don't do it. Like nobody in the audience will know that we're using this thing the second time in a week.
Yeah.
We can give it away.
Right. Oh, right.
They'll have never seen it on TV. And we could throw if we were giving away Chevy Tahoe now, we could have a Chevy Tahoe with every break, and we can turn a $19,000 car into a $20,000, a $21,000, an $18,000, and change four of the numbers if it's a 1, four of the numbers if the first number is a 2, just by changing options and stuff around. And we could good luck.
Right.
Like we're always trying to keep that from happening.
Cars
again.
are so. I was watching it this morning, and how did this? It was like a Valentine's Day show, and you had couples on, like you had two people on at the same time, but I think they were pulled out of the audience separately, randomly. Is that how it worked?
Right. It was a Valentine's Day show, and we hired we've done this a couple times now, where we've hired a matchmaker.
Okay.
To come in and interview people in line and match people up. And the very first date they have is when they get called down to be a contestant on the show together.
Interesting.
And they share the prizes.
Yeah. Well, there were two cars.
I remember one couple, there was yeah. Did they win? I think I remember this couple.
They did not win. It was a really pretty white girl and a handsome, it was a really good looking couple. It was a black guy and a white lady. And they were both they looked like a real couple, which is why I was confused, because I wasn't fully paying. I was dealing with my kid and stuff. And
sure.
But then when I
saw a lot of people watch Price is Right, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of you're doing something else too.
It's just irony.
But then when they called the next person, then they called like an Asian lady down, very attractive. Everybody on the show was really attractive. I mean, they had a couple fogies
Brendan.
in there. Oh yeah, you were looking great. Are you? Do you always have? I mean, that's whenever I could tear my eyes away from you, I would notice that the contestants were also almost as attractive. But
what do you really do when you watch Price is Right, Brendan?
You don't want to know.
I do.
I've heard your voice at the point of ejaculation so many times in my life. You've been in the room with me so many times.
Amanda, that doesn't bother you?
It's so weird.
It's fine. If I can have some time to myself for 20 minutes, it's no big deal.
Well, this is all I mean, there's no daytime jacking going on anymore these days. This is more when I was living alone, enjoying unemployment. This really attractive couple, and I think they went to the final showcase, but I don't think they won. But there were two cars up for, because they each get a car. And I can never figure out the price of cars, because the two cars combined was like $33,400.
Yeah, people are. I'm constantly surprised that you can get a car for like $14,000 and $15,000 still.
Yeah.
Those are like low end minimums, 14 and 15,000. But people are so used to having like 18, 19, 20, up to like 25 on the show as our main cars.
Yeah.
We give away way more expensive cars than that. But, the broad range is between like 18 to 25 or 6, right around there. And so if it's like a $14,000, $15,000 car and they're putting up an 8 or a 9, it's the second number.
Right.
Or even a 7 if they think they're going low. And I'm even surprised when they show the price. I'm like, wow, I would have never thought that was a 15. I didn't know they had those anime.
You're like, I could just buy one of those cars and drive it off a cliff for fun. It'd be my afternoon.
Exactly.
I spent more on lunch.
Mashing at people I don't like just for the hell of it.
Me and my little brother used to talk about that when we were little, because, my dad is a big kind of road rage guy, And
I can imagine.
Yeah, every dad, So you'd always be like, look at this guy, look at this asshole. And me and my brother would talk about when we grew up, we would get a regular car and a smash-up car. And our smash-up car would be a car that we drove around to smash into people who were driving poorly.
I think that's a lot of people's dream, is to have a smash-up car.
There'd be some legal issues probably at some point.
Hire a lawyer. Pay the fine. Who gives a shit?
That's true.
You're rich.
I guess if you're driving around in a smash-up car, actually, it's either end of the spectrum. You're either really rich or really, like, poor and insane.
Time on your hands. If they throw you in jail for a few months, fuck it. Go to jail for a few months.
Yeah.
Be a hero. Do your time. Come out. You have a lot of street cred.
You get famous, probably.
You get super famous.
Yeah, like Rupert Pupkin.
Viral.
So back to Jack and Jill, though. This is another interesting fact about Jack and Jill.
You'd have to only run into people that, like, quote unquote, deserved it, though.
Everybody in Glendale.
Like, nobody, first of all, let me just say that nobody deserves to be treated like that, and I'm not advocating violence or anything, but just as a fantasy.
Here we go. America's sweetheart's gotta cover his ass. Always got to cover his ass. He says something really funny, and then he goes, "By the way, I don't really believe that. Everybody loves me. I want to keep it that way. I
would do it.
I love my house. I love all my money."
Like if I was writing a better Cameron Crowe movie than the one that just came out about somebody with road rage, I would just have them be like rich and an old hoopty that would just like smash into people and not really hurt anybody.
Yeah,
just do property damage.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you run the danger of really hurting somebody when you're smashing a car. You don't want that to happen.
Right.
But,
just fender benders and
like once they park their fancy Lamborghini that cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, smashing it with your hoopty.
Yeah.
Pay your insurance. If you're rich, just pay the insurance. Like, oh, sorry, it was an accident. Let's trade insurance information and throw your hoopty away and buy another one. And if your insurance rate goes up, big fucking deal because you're rich.
You get like an old 80s or 90s Honda. I feel like they're so sturdy, or like an old car, that's like real
I'm thinking
heavy.
like a Buick Regal, 86 Buick Regal, something that's
And I bet there's thousands of them still available.
Oh yeah, easy to work on too. I had a 86 Buick Regal. But
that's what I'm saying. You just treat it like a demolition derby car. You just keep smashing it into things till it doesn't run anymore.
That would be fun. Maybe when all this I would love to drive in a smash-up derby. Maybe would you sponsor me to be in a smash-up derby, Drew?
You know what? Probably.
Yeah. Let's figure this out.
Can you bet on it?
Because
only if the sponsor was my Stratomatic baseball team, and you could have the logo for my Stratomatic baseball team on the side of your car.
Yeah, I mean, we could put whatever on the car. I mean, I think generally, don't they just have...
That would make absolutely no sense.
Everybody's confused. I mean, let's
try to keep the whole thing under $1,000.
That's what I think. Yeah, I think that would be your investment, would be like $800 tops. Unless maybe they have to put some kind of like reinforcements. I'll look into it. I have a lot of time on my hands lately.
Look into it.
Find out.
Speaking of time, can I go?
Yeah. I just wanted to point out one thing about the Jack and Jill movie. Another interesting thing, and we're going to do a. This is a world record podcast announcement.
World record.
I will be hosting a Drew Carey film festival, starting with Geppetto. And it will include Jack and Jill.
Fuck you.
There's another. What other movies? What other movies are you in as yourself? Coneheads. That's right.
Oh.
I feel like you're in a more recent one.
I have 4 lines. I have 4 lines in Coneheads.
Okay. Well, then that's that.
And then we'll watch all of the Drew Carey show.
And then we'll watch all 400 episodes.
You can't find all the Drew Carey show unless you go to an illegal streaming service.
That's right.
That's what we'll do.
But this is another interesting fact.
Do it illegally.
Now Drew's going to have to say, I don't agree with illegal streaming because I'm America's sweetheart. And
I don't. I don't agree with illegal streaming.
No, it's stealing from the artists.
That's the only way you can get the show. So fuck it now. If Warner Brothers doesn't want to make money off it or release it, fucking steal it.
Yeah, right. That's true. It's like if somebody throws something.
I'm not getting money off it either way. They're not releasing it, so I'm not getting money.
Yeah.
So might as well watch it. You know? Warner doesn't want the money.
I mean, it was 10 years of your life or something, right? 9 years? How long was that on for?
It was 10 altogether, 9 years on the air.
Well, this is an interesting.
But, it takes a while to develop and everything.
Right. And I'll let you go, but I wanted to point out about Jack and Jill, which I think you should watch if you haven't seen it. I mean, I'll come over and smoke a bunch of weed, and I bet we'll laugh our asses off at it. You know what else is really good?
I hate watching myself on TV or anything.
I mean, you're in that movie. You're in that movie for 2 seconds.
I still hate it.
Also, and this is the other interesting thing of the people who also make cameos in Jack and Jill. There's Bruce Jenner is in it.
As Bruce Jenner?
Of course as Bruce Jenner. This was like 2000 whatever. Bruce Jenner is in a play with Al Pacino, which Al Pacino is in, most of the movie, which is insane. Bruce Jenner is in it. Jared from Subway is in it.
Oh, God.
And the ShamWow guy.
I have nothing to do with Jared from Subway.
No, I'm not connecting you with any of these guys. But when I first saw Jack and Jill like 5 years ago.
We did film part of the movie on Jeffrey Epstein's island.
No.
It's a really nice place. We did a show there. Me and Drew did a show there once. Paid great.
I mean, the last two syllables.
It had to be clean because there was a lot of kids in the audience.
Oh, pedo.
Oh, God, yeah. Our producer, Aaron, just said the last two syllables of Geppetto are pedo. Uh-oh.
It's all on the internet, man. All you got to do is look it up and see the clues in front of your face, man.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
It's want to know the weirdest thing? Ever since I started hosting Price is Right, that's how my farts sound.
All right. Well,
the weirdest thing.
We'll let
no
you
matter what I eat. If I ever have to cut a fart, it goes,
if you eat, every time you eat the Campbell's cream of mushroom soup.
Yeah.
We've been having a lot of spam products on the show lately, too, I've noticed.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
That just depends on what we can get,
Yeah. What's lying around. Well, we'll let you go. Thanks for taking our call. And we didn't really get into the nitty gritty about Geppetto. Maybe we'll do a follow-up and I'll have some... Oh, you know what'd be fun? Let's watch Geppetto and you record like a Criterion, like do commentary.
Maybe we can get Brent Spiner to come over.
Oh, yeah, that'd be so funny.
It kind of would be.
20-year. I mean, it is 20 years. It's a 20-year reunion.
Try to get like any actors that were in it and just come over to my house and we'll all smoke weed and do a commentary about Geppetto and we'll put it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
And anybody who watches Geppetto can just like listen to the commentary on YouTube while the movie's playing.
Oh my God, that is really. I mean, you could. Okay, we'll talk about this. I'll come over this week and we'll.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, I think it is. The first time. It only took me over 40 years to have a good idea.
Well, you know what?
Half yours.
Having a family with Amanda was your best idea ever, bro.
Oh, that's so nice.
Drew.
Wait, what's that?
Sorry, I just ate lunch.
All right, buddy. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for calling us.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
See you, Drew.
Dude, I would love to just do it. Price is Right, in depth, behind the scenes. Talk about it.
I wonder if we could get into. I mean, I'm sure Drew probably doesn't want to. Oh, I guess with COVID.
Do other people think that's interesting?
What, Price is Right?
Yeah, like the goings on behind, like what he was talking about, the wheel and stuff.
I think so. I mean, I think that I think the Price is Right is just such a big part of everybody's life, right? Or is it just me?
Just wait. Just fix that. I don't know what you're doing.
It keeps falling down. Now it's good.
Well, that's where the free episode ends, but if you want to become a VIP member of the World Record Podcast and hear another 30 minutes of that episode, come on down to patreon.com/World Record Podcast and subscribe for $5 a month. That is a cheap price to get all the extended episodes plus the bonus episodes and all the other shit. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Episode. Thank you.